This is Mac OS Ken.
More free time for Apple TV Plus, an interesting trademark for Apple, and good news, bad news around gaming. It's Friday, the 9th of October, 2020. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Mint Mobile, offering their unlimited data plan for just $30 a month at mintmobile.com/macosken. This show is also sponsored by Squarespace, your place online. I was talking to another Squarespace user the other day, asking what they like about their Squarespace site. They're in growth mode right now. Because my business is still growing, they said, I love the adaptability of my Squarespace site. As soon as I identify a new business need, I can tweak my site easily to accommodate that need. That is one of the things that I have always loved about Squarespace. Building a site is easy. Changing a site is just as easy. Plus, there's all the other stuff. The built-in search optimization tools, the analytics, the 24/7 customer support. If you're thinking about a website, you gotta give Squarespace a try. Go to squarespace.com/macosken for your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code MacOSKen to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Start your free trial today. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code MacOSKen to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain at squarespace.com/macosken. And a big thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring today's show. Thinking of canceling your Apple TV Plus subscription before the free year ends? Well, how about a few more months? CNBC says Apple is extending the free trials into the new year. According to the report, subscribers whose trial started last November, December, or January will be extended through February. This means that someone who bought an iPhone on the 1st of November and activated Apple TV Plus on the same day will have access to the service through the 1st of February when billing starts. As for people paying for the streaming service, it sounds like they're getting free time as well. CNBC has Apple saying that folks already spending the $5 a month will receive credits through February as well. The extension is automatic and users don't have to ask for it. Though the report doesn't say so, you gotta wonder whether the extension has to do with the lack of second seasons for the streamer's flagship shows. It seems likely that the return of The Morning Show, For All Mankind, See, and Dickinson were meant to keep people around once they had to pay. Without that incentive, Apple may have worried that some people would cancel their subscriptions. If cancellations were Apple's concern, aren't they simply delaying that pain? It could be, or it could be that the second seasons will slide into the extended free window. We know that will happen with at least one of those shows. iMore says the Peabody Award-winning series Dickinson will be back in the stream on Friday, the 8th of January, 2021. Not only that, but the company has also given the go-ahead for a third season of the show. Who knows when that'll happen, but in the meantime, as for the haps in the second season, Apple says Emily Dickinson, played by Haley Steinfeld, is pulled out of her private literary life and thrust into the public eye while struggling with the sense that the pursuit of fame might be a dangerous game for her to play. Last year's cast is back again, as are a few newcomers, among them Nick Kroll as Edgar Allan Poe, Timothy Simons as Frederick Law Olmsted, Iowa Debris as Hattie, and Will Pullen as Nobody. Just like last season, the first 3 episodes of the season will drop on day 1. New episodes will land one at a time each Friday after, probably into February, which means into the paid time. Hey, when do we get season 2 of The Morning Show? TSMC is doing well ahead of the next iPhones. A Bloomberg report says the world's largest contract chip maker and manufacturer of Apple's A-series processors has reported better than expected September quarter earnings. According to the piece, the chip supplier saw a 22% rise in quarterly sales, driven partly by orders from Apple and maybe orders from Huawei. Quoting Bloomberg, TSMC's business typically revs up in the months before Apple unveils new iPhones and the holiday season. It also likely received a boost during the quarter as its second largest customer, Huawei Technologies, raced to stockpile supplies before a U.S. ban on shipments to the Chinese telecom giant came into effect last month. As I said, though, Huawei is a maybe. Apple is a definite. Bloomberg cites a report from Economic Daily News saying about 2/3 of TSMC's 5nm capacity has been taken up by Apple's newest A14 processors in the run-up to the release of the new iPhones. Those are expected to be announced next week. Not sure you've heard. There's something both gangsta and ungangsta about the term iPhone for life. Whatever you do, though, don't try to take that term for yourself. It belongs to Apple. Mac Rumors cites a Patently Apple report that says Apple has applied for a trademark on the phrase iPhone for life in Hong Kong. I mean, in Hong Kong, they've applied for the phrase, not Yeah. Honestly, it sounds like Tony Sacconaghi may get what he wants. A few weeks ago, CNBC had Tone on the tube. He said then, as he had before, that he would like to see Apple do a subscription bundle that integrates hardware and services. Dispelling the gangsta feel, Mac Rumors says the iPhone for Life trademark application seeks to cover use of the phrase for retail store services and retail store services provided via communications networks, as well as financial services, financing services, banking services, financing of loans, extension of retail credit, installment loans, and lease purchasing financing. For life, apparently. Mac Rumor sees a couple of possibilities for the phrase. Apple may be looking to rebrand the iPhone upgrade program, or it could be trying to block anybody else from using the term iPhone for life. I'm going to kill my temporary tattoo business. The application market tracker app Annie is out with some interesting numbers covering the September quarter. Apple Insider runs down a lot of them, and there are a lot of them. We'll focus most of our attention on Apple. According to the report, the App Store served about 9 billion downloads last quarter. Roughly 2.6 billion of those were gaming downloads. The total number of downloads was up 20% year over year. The most growth came from India and South Korea. The top markets were the US and China. Total App Store spending hit $18 billion, up 20% over the third quarter of 2019, and roughly 35% of that $18 billion went to non-gaming spending. Most of the 35% was generated by subscriptions. Now, it was the headline that got my attention. Gamers spent $11 billion in Apple's App Store in the third quarter, more than all of Google Play. That goes a long way to explaining a lot of the emphasis lately on games and the App Store, and there has been a lot of it. Facebook's mad that its game service can't get on the App Store. Microsoft's upset at the hurdles it's got to get its cloud gaming services on the App Store. Of course, you know the whole Fortnite thing. Now there's a class action lawsuit out there accusing Apple of blocking cloud gaming apps as a way to boost Apple Arcade. Another piece from Apple Insider highlights the suit. Sounding like it came straight from the U.S. House of Representatives, the plaintiff in the case claims to be paying supra-competitive prices for Apple Arcade as a result of the company's alleged anti-competitive behavior. In case you're wondering, that is the same Apple Arcade that gives people access to over 100 games for $4.99 per month. Supra-competitive. Whoever's behind this, what they're really upset about is Apple blocking cloud gaming services from the App Store. Quoting Apple Insider, the complaint goes on to claim that Apple exhibits anti-competitive behavior to maintain its monopoly status in iOS subscription-based gaming services. Those alleged anti-competitive behaviors include imposing technical restrictions to prevent users from playing other services besides Apple Arcade, imposing contractual restrictions on developers, abusing its app review guidelines to protect its monopoly, and rejecting cloud-based subscription platforms. Quoting the complaint, Apple has taken advantage of its dual role as both gatekeeper and market player, repeatedly abusing its monopoly power to prevent competition with Apple Arcade. Apple's anti-competitive conduct forecloses competition in the iOS subscription-based mobile gaming market, affects a substantial volume of commerce in this market, and causes anti-competitive harms to consumers. Dude's looking for a jury trial, compensatory damages, punitive damages, injunctive relief, statutory interest and penalties, and legal fees. More news in a moment, but first a word from Mint Mobile, home of unlimited data for just $30 a month. It is crazy how much I used to spend for wireless service. Why'd I do it? Habit, I think. I'm not the most comfortable with change. You know what I've noticed since switching to Mint Mobile? Nothing. Calls sound the same, data's just as fast, I've got coverage where I go. I mean, there is one thing I have noticed. I'm paying a fraction of what I was paying before. So, Mint Mobile has an unlimited data plan for just $30 a month. Not just data. All plans come with unlimited talk and text. Then there's the high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. For me, it's been great. But you want to make sure it's right for you. That's why Mint Mobile comes with a 7-day money-back guarantee. Take it where you go. Really try it out. Make sure you're covered. If you're not completely satisfied, return it within 7 days for a full refund. Hopefully, though, you'll be as happy as I am and start saving. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $30 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/macOSKen. That's MINT, mintmobile.com/macOSKen. Cut your unlimited wireless bill to $30 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSKen. And a big thanks to Mint Mobile for sponsoring today's show. We'll wrap the day with a bit more Apple TV talk. From the Coming Someday file, iDownload blog says Cary Joji Fukunaga is set to direct 3 episodes of the Apple TV Plus limited series Masters of the Air. If you don't know what that is, iDownload blog says, based on the book by Donald L. Miller, Masters of the Air is said to follow the true, deeply personal story of the American bomber boys in World War II who brought the war to Hitler's doorstep. If you don't know who Cary Joji Fukunaga is, he's directed episodes of the HBO series True Detective and the completed, though COVID-delayed, James Bond film No Time to Die. Citing a report from Deadline, iDownload blog says when the series arrives on Apple TV Plus, it will be 10 episodes in total. Fukunaga will get the opening trio, according to the report. Filming on the series is set to start in March of 2021, so we should start to hear more about casting in the weeks ahead. And finally today, more word of the wolf. Cult of Mac says Apple TV Plus has finally picked a date for the full-length animated feature Wolfwalkers. As a reminder, the piece says Robin Goodfellow, a wolf hunter's daughter, comes to Ireland with her father, but when she befriends a wild girl, she is transformed into the very thing her father is tasked to destroy. I'm assuming that's a wolf. The film is produced by Cartoon Saloon. While an Oscar is not guaranteed, a nomination is practically in the bag. First of all, the movie looks beautiful, and second, Cartoon Saloon features tend to get nominated. Cult of Max's Cartoon Saloon's The Secret of Kells was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature in 2010. Its next project, Song of the Sea, was nominated for an Academy Award in the same category in 2015. It is expected that the film will have some kind of theatrical release. It's scheduled to hit Apple TV Plus on the 11th of December. If you want a taste ahead of that, you can catch the official trailer now on YouTube. Coming up in a few minutes, first car, first job, what might have been? All answers revealed when Brian Chaffin spins the wheel of stuff in a few minutes, wherever you get podcasts or on YouTube, youtube.com/KenRay. macOS Ken, brought to you by me and sponsored by Squarespace. Get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain with offer code macOSKen at squarespace.com/macOSKen. This show is also sponsored by Mint Mobile. Get unlimited data for just $30 a month at mintmobile.com/macOSKen. Advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.